The first thing we do in the morning is actually judge ourselves. I feel as though that's not healthy, and let's talk about that. Hey everyone, and welcome to the I Got This podcast with LEX and MGP. My name is Lex, and I've been a personal trainer over the last 5 years. Martha started her fitness journey with me 3 years ago, and over that time, she's lost over 60 pounds and changed her entire perspective on life. Join us each and every week as we talk about our journey together, healthy lifestyle habits, and of course, the I Got This mentality. Hey everybody, and welcome back to I Got This Pod with Lex and MGP. We are talking today about judging ourselves. I'm pretty excited for this topic. Martha and I are doing our first episode in a while, like completely virtually. How are you feeling, MG?
Well, I mean, it's probably my fault because I'm coming off the flu. So, we're getting there, right? But hey, thank goodness for technology. So
I do wonder how this is going to go. I feel like our energy and synergy when we're together is like fluid and we can work off each other. But I'm excited to try this, right?
Yeah, why not? It's always
Why
good to have a
not?
backup.
It's always good to have a backup. You look good, though. You look good. You don't look like you just came off the flu. You really don't. You do. You look good. But I like that we can do this like in sweats and lounge. So this will be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing I did when I called Martha to kind of talk about what we're going to talk about, because we always do a prep episode, I created a scenario and something that I actually have talked about with multiple clients. So I'm just going to walk everybody through it, I guess. So first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, you go to the place that you're going to get dressed, either before or after you brush your teeth, wash your face, all that good stuff. So you either go to your closet or wherever you go to get dressed, right? You pick out your clothes and then you put them on. And then after that, you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you have one of two options. You either think, dang, this outfit looks good, I like it, or this outfit looks bad on me. And when you go to that second option, do I look bad? This outfit looks bad on me. Then your brain goes to a bunch of different thoughts of, why does this outfit look bad on me? And that's when your brain starts critiquing more in depth yourself, right? Your brain starts critiquing, oh, my arms look fat, my waist looks too big, my butt looks flat, my legs are too big, these pants don't fit right because I'm too big, or these pants don't fit right because I'm too small, or whatever. And I think that is such a big issue. We literally start our day by judging ourselves, start our day by deciding whether something looks good or bad on us, and then not judging the clothing, but judging ourselves and how we fit in that clothing. So I do want to talk about this topic. And then you brought up an amazing thing that you used to do as well. What was that, Martha?
Well, I didn't start with the outfit in the morning, although we got there, of course, that was another layer of it. But I used to jump on the scale first thing in the morning. You get up, take your pajamas off, you go to the bathroom, you run in the shower, and you jump on that scale right before you jump in the shower. And that number set the tone for the day. And you judged yourself on what that number said. When it was up, oh, I am a fat cow. Why is it going up? That whole voice starts coming in your head. If it happened to be down, I'm victorious. I've won the battle today. And that set the tone in the opposite direction. When it could just be I had a really big glass of water, or I hadn't gone to the bathroom yet, or whatever. I mean, when you think about the power that number can have, it's really kind of silly when you stop and think about it. But it really has a lot of power on a lot of us.
Yeah. So those two things, basically, you set yourself up to judge yourself the first thing in the morning, how you're going to present yourself to the day. And I feel like there are a few ways around it, but it's deciding like how are we going to change this trigger that triggers you to feel a certain way, right? When those things should not be what dictates how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your self-confidence, your well-being, all those other things, right?
Right. You have to notice yourself doing it. And that's where I started making the change.
So when did that happen? When did you start making that change? When did you get rid of the scale? How did that happen?
Oh, it's still a process. You know that. there's still a battle there. It's not as much of a hold on me as it used to be a couple years ago, but there's still times where you're like, oh, come on, you know. But I think I'm more aware. I think that's the first step is you have to be aware of yourself, judging yourself. I don't think I was even aware that I was doing it before. I think it was more of a, I just did it. And then it set the tone, whether it was a bad hair day, a bad scale number, an outfit I didn't feel good in, whatever it was. And
Mhm.
when you realize you start having these thoughts and you can be aware of them, I think that's when you can be less self critical, when you start noticing the judgment. That's the first step.
I agree. And then also noticing the trigger. I don't
Mm-hmm.
obviously recommend this fully, but I mean, when I started laying out my clothes the night before, and then because I now get up so early, I at like 4:50 in the morning, this is not something that I know a lot of people are going to do, but this is truly what happens. Like, I don't like to turn the lights on so early because it's too bright that early. So I throw my clothes on and then I just like go for the day. I just don't even look at myself. And I honestly believe because I don't look at myself in the morning, I'm just like, all right, here I am. This is who I'm presenting to myself. Who this is the person I'm presenting to the world. And this person is not based on how she looks. This person is based on how I'm speaking, how I'm walking, how I'm talking. Um, so like I don't give myself a chance to judge the way I look,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel like oddly, I'm not saying you should remove all the mirrors in your house or anything like that. I'm just saying like maybe there's a way you can get rid of the trigger. Get rid of the thing that's making you judge yourself so harshly. Unless you feel like, "Dang, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm going to check myself out in the mirror, take some selfies, take some pics, mirror pics, all that good stuff." Same thing with the scale. I think I asked you to stop weighing yourself daily. That was a really hard
Yep.
one for you.
It was. And now it's just occasional, you know, it's not all the time, maybe once a week, maybe once every 10 days, whatever. I mean, and I don't necessarily always pick a day where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling slim today, I'm going to jump on, because I don't want to set myself up for disappointment either. And if I know it's like a week where I'm bloaty, definitely stay off, because why? What's the point? So, we know if I'm making progress or not. There's a lot of ways to tell. And, as far as the whole clothes thing, I do the same thing where I put my clothes out the night before. Now, I do turn the lights on. I don't get dressed in the dark. I want to make sure my shirt's buttoned up correctly, but but
Good idea. I have gone to work with my shirt inside out a few times.
but yeah, and the teenagers are a little more brutal than probably your clients would be to you.
I don't know. Your husband's pretty brutal in the morning.
That's true. Taking the decision making even out though, because I've decided the night before what I want to wear and what's I'm going to feel good in or look good in, and what's going to accommodate the weather as well. Because Michigan, taking that decision off the table at 5:30 in the morning also makes for some better mental clarity, and I don't have time to judge either at that point. When I used to try to pick an outfit in the morning in a hurry, you'd put something on, you'd be like, oh, that doesn't look good, try again, kind of thing. That's off the table. I've already decided that, and I think that's also helped with just the thought process behind all of it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You've already made a decision. That decision, you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
judge whether you look bad, look good, or anything along those lines. So I really do like that idea as well. It's just hard. I feel like we are constantly judging the way we look and our scale. I think the scale is definitely. I think that's such a hard one. Like, who decided to put scales in the bathroom? Like, it's just such a weird thing to me.
Yeah, they're even in the bathroom at the gym. They're everywhere. So
I know. And I think that's the thing. It's like, yes, I mean, for results purposes, yeah, but like
right.
the scale is not going to change every single day. So why would you get on it every single day? You can look at
Right.
like you can look down at yourself and tell if you're gaining weight and not a good way, and you can feel your
Mm-hmm.
body. Like I don't know, I'm feeling my muscles. Like I'm like, oh dang, I feel like my shoulders are a little firmer. Those shoulder presses are paying off. Like you can tell the results. You don't need a scale to say you're not going in the right direction. You can feel it, you know what I mean? So when you step on,
Yeah.
maybe there's that alarming shock where you're like, "Oh my god, I got to start working out." But also like if you're working out and you're putting in the work, why would you step on every day if you know you're not going to get results every single day? The scale is not going to be down more than a few pounds every week. Why would you put yourself in that, like, oh, is it down enough today? Like, why would you put yourself in that position? It's just kind of ridiculous almost,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's the culture that a lot of us grew up in, to be honest. We were supposed to be a
Mhm.
certain weight or a certain size, and the scale was the only way. And in the last couple of years, I've learned that there's a lot of other data points. It's not just the scale, it's just one data point. There's all the other
Exactly.
things we do, the measurements, even how my clothing is fitting, how I'm feeling, those are a lot different to just that. So,
Exactly. It's how you feel in your clothes, how your body's
mhm,
functioning. Is your body functioning at a higher rate? Can you do more? Can you physically do more? Can you feel better? All of those things are such better grades. But we constantly depend on the first thing that we wake up in the morning is how do I look?
mhm,
Is the scale where I want it to be? And how am I going to judge myself? Or is my skin clear? Or is my hair nice? Or
yeah.
whatever. And it's such a ridiculous thing because you're going to have an off day. You're not going to look your best every single day. Nobody does. So, of course, the true thing is, okay, think about what you're thinking about, right? Um,
Right.
Burn Fitness as a company has that task where you wake up in the morning and you write down the first thing that you think, right? And that's like one of the sheets that you get upon starting like training, and it makes you think about
Right.
what you're thinking about. And just like you said, that is the first step. Where are your thoughts going? And if they go towards judgment and they go towards self-deprecation, then how could you really be that successful moving forward into your day?
Yeah. And honestly, that was one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn is softening my language towards myself. So instead of being so harsh or critical, kind of just saying maybe this particular thing doesn't serve me as opposed to I look horrible in it. Talking about maybe a particular
Yes,
outfit or whatever. Yes. So
I
that's
agree.
been kind of one of the things that, you know, trying to use more neutral language even with myself because I would never say that to someone else. So why would I say it to myself? That's the thing that's so ridiculous or so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about that so many times, is like how you speak
Mhm.
to yourself is definitely 100% going to affect how you feel, how you think, how you act throughout the day. And especially starting your day on such a negative note, how is that going to benefit anyone? Definitely not going to benefit yourself. Not even a little bit.
Absolutely. No, not at all. So that's one of the things is just kind of reducing using some of those words with yourself, being less
I like
harsh
that.
for sure.
I think
Hmm.
another thing too is that when you're on a track, like when you're on a path of taking care of yourself, working out, with going to the gym every single day, whatever that may be, when you're on that path, you are constantly, am I going towards the place I want to go towards? Am I moving towards that direction? Am I doing anything
Hmm.
along those lines to get where I want to go? And truly, you're not going to see results as quickly. You're not going to see results as quickly as you would like to. That's every single person's problem, especially
Hmm.
when they try to, come in for an assessment or weigh in. It's like we're not here to do a weigh in. You just got to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of how you feel. And I agree. I feel like it's just emphasis on the wrong things throughout the entire journey. It's like I'm putting in all this hard work, but why am I not seeing a gain? Well, you're not going to see a good result for 3 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months, maybe a year.
No, that's true. Patience is something I've had to learn to deal with and I've struggled with, and I've struggled with recently even. And
Hmm.
Lex is no stranger to my struggles with that. But um, yeah, as long as I keep working,
You're going to keep working. And that's the thing, you're not going to move
yeah,
backwards. Just sometimes
no,
life is at a pause. Sometimes we don't get where we want to go, and it is what it is. The choice is yours on a daily basis. Pivot, persist, or concede. You're not conceding. We
hmm,
have been pivoting, so just persist. Just continue with your hard work because you will get to where you want to go. It just may not happen in the time frame that you
hmm.
expect it to, and it
And
is
then
what
you
it
have to
is. But
take a step back sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you have to look at what you've already accomplished and praise yourself for that too, and be grateful for those
yeah,
things. So that's where sometimes when I still have those moments of negative talk with myself, I have to say, hey, look what you can do. Look what you have done. So that's also a great way to stop. You have to find and influence your people, I mean, as well, and surround yourself with that. So that's what I'm trying to do.
exactly. I like that. I really like that. I think it's just, we all know everything affects everything, but I think kind of the basis of this is, why choose to wake up and judge yourself? Why not wake up and lift yourself up? Why not wake up and choose to do something? So I guess the goal of this talk is, number one, figure out where your thoughts are at in the morning. Number two, figure out what triggers those thoughts and either adjust the stimulus or take away the stimulus. Change what causes those thoughts, and then consciously try to choose different thoughts. And I think if you do that, not just your image of yourself will change, but so many other things. Obviously your self-confidence, but let's try to change that self-image. And if I could wake up every morning and be like, damn, every single morning, that would be pretty cool. It's not realistic, but
right.
If I can get that more mornings than the mornings, if I have more days like that than days that I don't want, like, ugh, ew, disgusting, looking at myself in the mirror, then I'm in a pretty good boat, right?
Mm-hmm. And this kind of goes back to our last couple episodes on happiness, to be honest. You know, if you're going to wake up in the morning trash talking yourself, you're definitely not going to be happy. And we talked about sometimes you've got to put that attitude forward of being happy. And this kind of goes hand in hand with that. So it sets your tone, puts you in that frame of mind of happiness. And
it does.
You know, and it's a struggle for all of us. We've got to choose to not trash talk ourselves, to be empathetic with ourselves, to pump ourselves up. Sometimes, as you like to say, fake it till you make it. But I'm not going to walk into work in the morning trash talking my students or my colleagues. So why would I do it to myself?
Yeah. So. Same as a trainer. I'm not walking in and saying, you look like shit today. The idea of saying that actually cracks me up. Wow, you look bad today. Like, who would do that, right? Like, nobody's doing that. That's pretty funny. The idea of...
No, exactly.
That's messed up. Oh, that's horrible.
And if somebody does do that, do not have them in your life. So.
Yeah, that's not a cool person. I guess if they actually looked that bad, like, hey, you don't look good. What's wrong? What happened? I guess it would become from a place of empathy.
Yes, that's a little different. You did mention that I looked pale today, but I'm coming off the flu, so that's okay.
Exactly. I did say that. I was like,
that's different.
No, it's out of empathy. Well, I like this chat. It is a mini episode for us. If you have any thoughts, questions, feedback on this episode, we would love to hear it. Anything you want to add, obviously, we love to hear that from you guys. So thank you so much for listening. And the I got this mentality is what carries you every single morning. You should wake up and say,
I got this.
Hey guys, thanks for listening this week. Please leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. For more I Got This content, please make sure to follow, like, and share on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or you can always go to our website, igotThisPod.com for more info. As always, thanks for listening. See you next Monday.